Silverton, Bolt and Nut Challenge now, and a massive field have come out for the final round, including some riders all the way from Zimbabwe. Dion Smith is the man at the front to keep an eye on, but there's a Masters category up for grabs as well, and Henk Scaling and Koen Erasmus will be fighting hard for that. Great to see that man, Gavin Ramsey, on a 1987 Suzuki Slingshot.
That is one very brave man, because he has got some modern day 2015 BMWs, Kawasaki's and Hondas that he's got to contend with. But we all know the skill that Gavin Ramsey has got as the lights go off and it is time to go racing. And it looks like, not a great start for some of the riders there. And it might be that man Dion Smith that goes into turn 1. Spark number
69. Scaling's got the drop. Scaling gets the drop. I think Dion Smith actually got bogged down on the line, and a couple of guys actually could possibly have jump-started as well. So let's see what the COC has to say about that. All rider down into next corner, and one just avoiding some action. So already action down into turn 2.
Good to see the rider is up and okay, but Greg, just to have a look, all 10,000 of the No Rules racing bikes have made it onto the grid once again.
Yep.
Koen Erasmus, Henrik Erasmus, Dion de Beer, Jean-Tay Olivier, and Lizzie de Beer.
Oh, you missed one. Austin Olivier's there as well. But they're all there, that's for sure. Yes, it's Silverton, Bolton Nuts / No Rules Racing. But these guys and girls all have a great time out here. And it's a super class to get involved in motorcycle racing.
It really is. And out front, it's still that man, Henk Scaling, leading the field at the moment. And look here, another lady rider, Bianca Schultz, all the way from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, good to see her out there on the Monroe Honda, doing a great job. Her son Matt was involved as well, but further up in the field and having a great outing here. Now as they come across the line, you can see things starting to come back into the norm as the 3.5 bike starts to make its way to the front, and it's followed very closely there. And that, of course, is Dion Smith on board the 35, and 65 right there with him, Morne Potgieter.
Battling for top 10 honours, Werner Strom, Steven Slaybush and Henrik Erasmus on one of the No Rules racing bikes. So racing all the way through the field as usual in this class.
Koen Erasmus up there too as the rest of the field start to stream in there. There's Matt Scholz also all the way from Zimbabwe. Good to see these guys coming up. And of course a lot of the riders going to be heading up for the 1 hour in a few weeks' time as well. So great to see some chopping and changing between South Africa and Zimbabwe.
And talking about chopping and changing, look at the battle for second and third place on track at the moment. Just all kinds of changes there. Henk Scaling can be glad that he's out front, because he's just got bikes all over the show behind him battling for the top 3 honours.
Dion Smith making his way rapidly to the front end of the field. 32 comes flying through there. Enzo Bettini, one of the nicest looking bikes out there, fighting with Jean-T Olivier. It's one of her best outings, I've got to say. Jean-T getting better and better every single time she gets on board her machine.
Oh, that's bike number 3. That's Stephen Biggin on the ITR Motorsport bike, just running wide, coming onto the front straight. And yeah, he's lost that position now. So not what he wanted to do coming on the straight. It's so easy to do there. You can either brake too late for that final turn, or you can get on the gas too early, which pushes you wide.
That's Henny Swanepoel that took advantage of that maneuver and moves up on the Stoutgat Racing Suzuki. Just getting ahead there, and now opening up a little bit of margin, trying to close down on Austin Olivier on the Triumph just ahead. That's a Triumph that you know really well.
Beautiful bike, and around the Swartkorps Raceway, probably the ideal bike, and he really has improved over this year. We've seen him go from 15s and 20s down close into the 10s. So what a ride it has been, and a big shout out to the No Rules guys as we go a replay here of that rider. Oh, it just lands hard, and oh, what evasive action by another Suzuki rider there to miss out big time on that action.
Working together there, the two Suzuki stablemates, and fortunately avoiding some bigger crashes. Dion de Beer having a good run there, second place in the Class Bs at the moment, but fifth in the Masters. And as you can see, right through the field, starting to sort things out now. Slaybush putting some last-ditch effort in here.
And Dion Smith looks like he's got out front now. He's got Morne Potgieter right on his tail, and Jordan Agliotti. Henk Scaling, unfortunately, our early race leader, has dropped down out of contention for the top 3. He's in 4th place. Koen Erasmus, first of the No Rules bike, up there in 5th, and Keith Agliotti in 6th place.
Just have a look at the lap times though, Rob. One of the things you've got to take into account is the breakout times, and there's a lot of riders that have gone sub 10. In fact, the top 6 riders are all within that sub 10 bracket or better. So there's a possibility that they might not have happened today, but by next season, they'll be moving into the sub 10 category.
We're going to be seeing 50 bikes into sub 10 and then into the Thunderbike category, I'm sure, next year with all these guys going faster. But it's great to see riders improving their lap times. That's what it's all about. Come here and improve your riding skill and your talent out on track. And one guy who's done that is that man, Dion Smith. He didn't get the start he wanted to, but he's put that BMW of his right at the front and crosses the line just ahead of Morne Potgieter and Jordan Agliotti with an impressive 3rd.
Slaybush and de Beer taking the Bs, and Henny Swanepoel winning out in Class C ahead of Stephen Biggin.